This is the DeWalt DWS780 12-inch double bevel sliding compound miter saw.
Hello and welcome to the shack. I'm Rick. It's been a long time waiting, but it's finally here. I bought this DeWalt 12-inch dual sliding compound miter saw just before, actually about a week before Halloween, just before I flew back to Texas to do all my family stuff, move my grandmother. So that's why I haven't put anything up hardly. It's been real slow, so I've been so busy with the family. But let's unbox it, check it all out, get it all assembled, get it ready so I can use it tomorrow. Should run my blade out. I'm doing this outside because it's such a beautiful day out here today. I hate being inside when it's nice like this. Cool weather, I don't always add on clothes. When it's hot out, you can strip down to nothing and it's still stinking hot. Packed pretty well. Cool tools there. Pretty nice package in here. Makes you wonder how they got that in. What's that? I don't know about that one, but the beast is released. There it goes. All right. Now it looks like everything's okay. I don't see no marks on anything. Looks good. I don't see anything on any of the extremities. Nothing looks like it's cracked, broke. No wear marks. All looks good. It's very good. I'm going to try this one more time. I filmed this section of the video review twice already. I didn't like the outcome. So I'm going to try this one more time. Third time is a charm, I hope. Now that I have this out of the packaging, I want to go through some of the features, give you an overall review of it. And then, since I have used this on a few projects already, I'm going to show you one of the things I did when I fine-tuned it, because it was not dead on, it was not true out of the box. Zero bevel was off between 1 and 2 degrees. The miters were off about a degree. So I went through everything, adjusted it, and now I got it dead on. Come over here and we'll go through some of it. Now when you saw me take it out of the packaging, I just kind of grabbed it on this underneath the miter table and lifted the whole thing up. This, because I wasn't sure what was going on, so I just want to lift the whole thing up. Normally, if you just want to lift it up, grab it, yank it in and out of your truck or something, this is the lifting handle right here. Of course, here's your motor housing. The body on this side is where the belt goes. This is the belt housing. This is your safety guard. Now this is your lock pin. Can't just pull it out, so you just push down on the miter saw a bit. Disengage that. Now you're ready. Start your miter cuts. During transportation, shit all the way down, push it in, it locks. The lock pin, always lock it during transportation. Now this is your slide lock lever. when you're doing your sliding, doing your cuts, if you want to do like a chop saw mode, click that in. Now you're locked. But I will note one thing that I've found already. This thing comes loose if you're doing a lot of chop saw. So this is your slide lock knob. You just turn it, snug it. It's not going to slide. So what I've been doing, I will lock that in if I'm going to use it like a chop saw. Snug up my slide lock knob. Now, pull this out. All day long you can sit there and do your chop saw mode and it won't come loose. I will just loosen up my slide lock knob, go up down, you're doing this, see, comes loose. Lock that down, the lock knob, lock your sliding lock lever in there, and you're good to go. You can chop saw all day long. Now on the right side of your miter saw, right underneath the belt housing here, there's this little lever. This is your depth stop. Do all your cutting mode, but if you have a need for like a rabbet joint or you just need a certain depth, flip that over. This is your adjustment wing nut. You loosen it, you can adjust this, and that stops it to the depth. You just fine tune that till you get where you need it. Tighten wing nut on, and then you can cut all day at that depth. It's going to stop right there. On the top here, right next to the lift handle, this is your on and off switch. On, off. This is your operation handle. This is where the trigger is located to engage the motor and disengage the motor. Now on the back of the miter, there's a couple of things here. This big handle, you unloosen it, this releases the miter to do bevel cuts. Released, it will only bevel to the left. If you want it to bevel to the right, just next to it there is a little lever here. This is the zero bevel lock. So whenever this is loose, like I said, you could will only bevel to the left. Bring it to the right, it will always stop at zero bevel unless you release this knob, tilt it to the left a little, to spin that down, it'll unlock it. Now you can bevel to the right. Disengage that, let it loose again. You go to the left, it clicks in, bring it back to the right, stops it at 0 degrees. Lock that, you're ready to do your miters again. Now both sides right here, left and right, these are your bevel paws. Release my bevel lock knob, tilt it to the left, just a little bit, spin my 0 bevel stop where it opens. Now I can bevel to the right. First stop is 22.5. I go back to the right a little, move this top paw. Now I can bevel all the way over and it stops at 33.9. Lift it up again a little bit, remove this bottom paw. Now I can go all the way over to a 45-degree bevel. If for some reason, walls are not true, they're always off a little, and you maybe need a little bit more than 45. Both sides right here, there's an override, 45 override. If you are going to the left, you release this one. This is on the right side of the machine. So if I'm going to the right, I got to go to the left machine, release that override, and now I can take this down all the way past 45 degrees, and I can go almost to 50 degrees bevel. This is your 45-degree stop. This little bolt here you adjust, and that's your stop for the pause. And I'll show you how I adjusted this because this was off also. This is the 45 adjustment. This is your paw adjustment. Now also on the back here, this little knob, both sides you have them, that is your fence lock. Move it, just your fence lock it, doesn't go nowhere. Release it, you can go all the way to the end. If you want to take this off, just unscrew it a little further and it'll pop out. Right here is a hole that you insert your material clamp to. The material clamp, you only have one, and I found it an issue already just because going back and forth doing miter cuts, having to take this off to go to the other side and set it again for $600. The stupid kits come with 2 of these. Come on, DeWalt. It's the little things that matter. Little things. That would make this so much nicer. Now I have to call and see if, I doubt if I can get it. I'm having a little issue with their customer service. So I won't complain about that, but I'm going to ask who I can write to. I'm going to write a letter, and I will probably end up buying one. But it's pretty sad, $600, and they can't throw in another $20 item. It comes with one, you should just automatically throw in another. You have one for both sides. If you put it in like this, it doesn't lock. You have to swing it around to the back, put this flat to the back. It's got a little divot underneath there, inside there. You'll go in, spin it. Now it doesn't come out. You're ready to clamp. Also, your tool. There's a hole right here next to where the insert for your material clamp. Take your tool, put it in that hole, and you got the snap right here. Snap right in, that's where you carry your tool. This is mainly for changing your blade. This is the dust collection. For what it's worth, I mean, they're all good and bad depending. I think the best of any of them would be to put a vacuum on the back, some type of a dust collection system. This is your zero bevel adjustment. So when you bring this back over, just say you have it over there. So when you bring it back over, it's going to stop at 0. You see, I've gone through and adjusted this. It's dead on 0 now. This is your indicator. It tells you where you want to go, so you can do any degree, or you do the presets. Again, your bevel pause at 22.5, 33.9, and you got the adjustment nut in the back there for 45. Now on the front, you're going to have your fence here. It's got a little knurling on it, so it's not smooth. Your material will hopefully sit against here and not slide. Be nice. Nice, solid base. I like it. It's pretty good size area. These are your miter degrees. You have the miter degree pointer. And I went through all this. This was off a little. It was not true. I loosened the 4 bolts, got this lined up where it's true to the fence. I'm now at 90 on both sides. Tightened it back down, adjusted this pointer so it's right on the mark. Whenever you unpackage one, just because it comes to the factory, they do the best they can, but they cannot get it true 100% every time. Read your instructions. Go through, do the fine adjustments. Like I said, I will show you the adjustment I did for the paw, for your bevels. So take your time. I spent about an hour and a half just kind of fiddling with it, getting it all aligned, so it's good to go. This little button is your miter latch button. Push that down, you release the button, slide it, clicks into the next available divot. Preset, they're at 0, 15, 22.5, 31.6, 33.5, 45. So depending on what you're going to do. Or if you want to have a certain bevel, certain miter degree that's not preset, you just, like I said, doing base molding, walls aren't always true, they're off a little bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to push miter latch button, and you're going to switch the miter latch override, which is that right there. That holds that button down. Now you're free to go to any position you want. Get to that certain position, you take your miter latch handle, this is your lock knob, lock it down, it won't go. Ready to move, release it, move to the next one. Or if you're going to go to preset, push the button down, release that override, lift up the button, clicks into the next available. Lock it down, secure, start doing all your cuts. The LED light will only come on when you turn the power switch on. Remember I told you. So I'm turning the power switch on, and right here is the LED light. I want to cut. That line right there. What I would do, without pulling the trigger to engage the motor, I'm going to bring this down. Now see, right there is my mark. Right here is the shadow of the blade. What's good about this system is, as I bring it down, you will even see the wider areas on the shadow. That is the carbide tips of the blade. I can bring that over and get right on my mark. That is precise. So if I was going to cut, you can see I'm missing it. I bring that over. That's exactly where I'm going to cut at. Perfect cut on my line every time. And now we're going to check the bevel on this and see if it's reading properly or not, or if it needs adjustment. So I got this setting at 90. And let me zero this out. I'm going to make sure it's at 90. So I'm going to use my engineer square here. Okay. Zeroed out. I'll undo my bevel lock back here. Turn it just a hair. So this is bring that back. And I'm at 3.2. So I'm going to bring this over, dead stop 0. I'm going to lock it in. Make sure that my reading is 0. Okay. It is good. 0. Undo the bevel lock again. Both bevel followers are in, so the first stop should be 22.5. 22.5. I'm going to lock that in. I'm going to lock this down. We're going to check that bevel and see if it's true or not. Move that over. It's a little too long to raise it up just a hair. I'll hold this up and bring it in. Now when you do this, make sure you do not measure off one of the carbide tips here. Wow. I'm at 23.1. So that means it is off. So, bring that back to 0. And the little nut on the side here, 10 millimeter, I'm going to bring it out. It's way too far. So I'm going to bring that back a couple of turns and we'll go in from there. There we go. And bring that back over, that stop. It even reads better on here now. That looks close to 22.5. Bring that down. Bring that up. Let me see now. Woo! Am I good or what? I'll show you how close I got on the first try. 22.4. So I'm going to do one more little slight turn and I should be right on 22.5. Let's try that again. Bevel it over, let it hit the stop. Should be right at 22.5 now. Ding ding, chicken dinner. I think we got a winner. Can you see that? Let me see if I can get on. I can see that. 22.5. So that's set. And that's all you do. You fine tune this once you get it out. Familiarize yourself with the features. Do some test cuts. Check the angles. Measure. Make sure they're right. If they're off, little fine adjustments like this, you're true ready to go. So now that's set. Let's go down to the next one, which would be 33.9. Make sure that should be set right on. Pretty close to see how that does now. Ho ho ho! Yeah, baby! That's what I like. 33.9. That's dialed in. That's good. Now let's go to the right and we'll check the adjustment on the right. I'll bring that down. First one, 22.5. Let's see how good she is. Let that slide in. There we are, 22.7. Take my wrench, bring this back to center. And it's out far, so I got to bring it in a little bit. We'll see how it works. There we go. 22.5. I'm dead on now. There it is. Right there. Perfect 90. Measure one more time. There it is. Again. So out of curiosity, let me cut 22.5. Okay. There you go. 22.5. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to see how good this is as far as 90. Make sure my bevel's at 0. And what do we have there? Whoops, wrong way, sorry. 0, 0. I had it zeroed out at 90. That's perfect. This thing's set. Like I said, it took me about an hour. I tweaked a little bit, get everything adjusted. Baby's ready to do some work now. The DeWalt 12-inch double bevel dual sliding compound miter saw. Say that 5 times quick. The DWS780. It's a really good miter saw in my opinion. I really like it a lot. I don't have any complaints other than for the money. I'm still a little perturbed about only one material clamp. Should have one on both sides. Still having problems with getting DeWalt customer service, but I have a feeling they're just going to shine it and I'm going to have to end up buying one anyway, so I'm going to have to deal with that. But you know me, I'm real big on the little things. That's what really matters to everything. Look for the thing around here somewhere. I don't know what I'm going to put it yet. For the DeWalt DWS780 miter saw stand that I bought as a combo with this. Actually, it came with this. When I bought this, they threw that in. And that's why I was kind of leaning toward rigid, but because I got that miter saw stand thrown in, it's $160, $70 miter saw stand, I chose to go ahead and get the DeWalt. I know it's a lot more money. I don't mind paying money for something that's good. Other than this material clamp, this is a very good quality miter saw. I hope I informed you a little as far as the features, showed you a little bit on the tweaking, just fine adjustments, and you saw after the cut it was right on the mark. So this thing's ready to get put to work now. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to watch any stuff I put out, visiting my channel. Check below, I got all information that you might need down there. Follow me on Twitter, subscribe. I'll let you know when I get the video out for my miter saw stand. I think that's it. So be blessed, get out there, take back your shack. Follow me as I take back mine little by little. I did a lot of spring cleaning today. I got a truckload going to the dump and a bunch of stuff going to Salvation Army. Get out there, build something. Build it for a friend, build it for family always. Most importantly, build it for your sanity. Nothing better getting out there and just getting your thoughts straight and creating. Thanks for watching. See you next video.
This is the DeWalt DWS780 12-inch double bevel sliding compound miter saw.
Hello and welcome to the shack. I'm Rick. It's been a long time waiting, but it's finally here. I bought this DeWalt 12-inch dual sliding compound miter saw just before, actually about a week before Halloween, just before I flew back to Texas to do all my family stuff, move my grandmother. So that's why I haven't put anything up hardly. It's been real slow, so I've been so busy with the family. But let's unbox it, check it all out, get it all assembled, get it ready so I can use it tomorrow. Should run my blade out. I'm doing this outside because it's such a beautiful day out here today. Hate being inside when it's nice like this. Cool weather, I don't always add on clothes. When it's hot out, you can strip down to nothing and it's still stinking hot. Packed pretty well. Cool tools there. Pretty nice package in here. Makes me wonder how they got that in. What's that? I don't know about that one, but